Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for joining me today. So I was out here, decided I would sit down and talk with you guys about what's been going on. I had to go get a haircut today. I do have some interviews later this week, and I've gotten some no's. I've gotten some requests to do assessments, so personality tests and things like that. So we'll see how it goes, but a lot of positive stuff on the job front. One of the places that I really thought I'd have a chance to go work, they just don't have a position that fits me right now. And rather than doing something that I'm not going to enjoy, I told them just to get back with me when things change. And so that's what they said they were going to do. But yeah, I do have a couple of interviews coming up, things that are completely outside of my comfort range, but I think I might be able to do really well at, and I think that I'd be advantageous to the company that I'd be going to work for. So we'll see how those things play out, how they pan out. I did get out the other night. I got out a little bit colder night. Got out in my Townsend Luxury UL. I was using my 0 degree incubator and burrow from Hammock gear. Kept me nice and warm. I had a balaclava on, had a hat on, had my Nemo pillow, which the Nemo pillow I'm gonna have to work on and see. I might need some sort of like a liner to go over it because it slides around. The slick bottom of it slides around really quite a bit in that hammock, and so I've got to figure that out a little bit. You know, with everything you get, there's a little bit of trial and error playing around with it to get things right. One of the positives of not having a job is that I've been spending a lot of time in the gym, getting a lot of time working on me. You know, hitting the weights for about an hour and a half, then going and hitting the treadmill, Stairmaster, whatever, for another hour, the bike. It's been really nice. Then I come home, do a little bit of stuff around the house, check on application statuses, throw out a few more applications. I'm probably got 35 to 50 applications that are active and out there right now. So I'm definitely throwing stuff out there, casting a pretty wide net. And when I mean wide, I mean really wide, from nonprofit groups that have nothing to do with anything I've ever touched, visa, aerospace stuff like I've done in the past. But you know, who knows? This is, like I said, this is the time to see what's out there and see what works for me. All right, so today I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about a topic that, well, by me saying what I'm about to say, there will probably be some hate. There will probably be some discussions that are spawned, and that's really what I want. I want some discussions. But the statement I'm gonna make, you guys may be surprised that I'm even saying this, but ultralight is dumb. Ultralight's dumb. You know, going ultralight for the sake of hitting an arbitrary number for your base weight is just, it's stupid. It's stupid. There's no reason for it. I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, but Mark, you do a whole bunch of ultralight reviews. You've done ultralight trips. You've taken trips where you could see just how light you could go out there. And while that's true, anyone who's been watching this channel for a while knows that there is a balance to it, and that I do talk about that balance. And that balance has to do with comfort and weight. And you've got to make sure that you strike that balance. Otherwise, if it's out of balance, if it's out of whack, it's kind of like your life being out of whack. Things just aren't going to work. Things aren't going to be right. One of the things you do need to know is that I am absolutely an advocate of going as light as possible anywhere that you can. But going as light as you possibly can in the areas that you can does not guarantee or mean that you're going to end up at an ultralight base weight. And I think that's the big difference, is that I advocate for toning down what you have, getting rid of the things that you don't need to carry, going as light on those things that you do carry as you can safely, but not going after this number, this arbitrary number that's out here that, oh, I've got a sub 5 pound base weight. What have you got? Because at that point, it's a, you know, one of those measuring contests that we hear about, and no one needs that. That's not what it should be about. It should be about getting out and having fun. And from what I've found, that person that's doing that sub 5 pound base weight, they've made some sacrifices, some big sacrifices in areas that I refuse to make those sacrifices in anymore. Now I found you can go out and you can enjoy a 3-day trip going really light and sacrificing some comfort. But once you get past that, once you get into 4 days, 5 days, you know, a night of bad sleep, 2 nights of bad sleep, you can deal with. But once it gets past that, once you hit like the 3rd night of bad sleep, you're no longer having fun out there. You're not looking forward to setting up camp and getting ready because you're not carrying anything that's a comfort item or a luxury item that's gonna get you excited about it. And so now you're dealing with just the miserable piece. I mean, some of these guys will take a 1/8 inch, not an inch, 1/8 inch thick Gossamer Gear thin light pad, which I've used those in a hammock as an insulating layer, but on the ground. I mean, just on the ground. There's no comfort level there. It is an insulating barrier between you and the rocks and the crap that's below you. Now, you could get creative, I'm sure, and figure something out, but it's not going to be comfortable. And night after night of being uncomfortable leads to pissed off people. So like I said, I do advocate going as light as possible where you can. And the reasons, I mean, it's pretty simple. Anyone who's gone with a lighter pack, if you've lost 10 pounds off your pack because you went from, you know, base level gear to something advanced, you went from synthetics that were really heavy to down stuff that's really high quality and lighter, you know that it's much more enjoyable to carry that lighter pack. You can cover more distance and you're reducing your risk of injury. By carrying less weight, it's less abuse on your hips, it's less abuse on your knees, your feet, all the muscles, all the ligaments. And so you're actually doing your body a favor by going lighter to a point. And that point is where it becomes stupid. Now, the one area that I highly suggest no one think about like going too light is their sleep system. You know, I'm talking about quilts, I'm talking about sleeping bags, I'm talking about sleeping pads. Make sure that you're buying the ones that fit the temperature rating that you're going. Make sure you get the ones that fit your size, your sleeping patterns, your sleeping styles. If you're a side sleeper, you don't want a 1-inch thick pad. Your hip is going to be hitting the ground. You want something that's thicker, that's plusher. You want to make sure that it's insulated for the temperatures that you're going to be getting into. You want to make sure that if you're buying a quilt or a sleeping bag, that it is a comfort rating and not a survival rating that you're looking at. While company A may say, oh, our 10-degree bag is 16 ounces, while company B over here says, well, our same degree bag is 3 pounds. Well, the reason it's 3 pounds is because it actually has enough insulation, it's long enough, it's wide enough to actually cover you. And so it's paying attention to those things. And you know, the difference shouldn't be that vast. It shouldn't be 1 pound versus 3 pounds. But there's going to be variations there, and you have to pay attention to why there are variations. Is it because they're using inferior products? Is it because they're using heavier, you know, lower fill power is going to be heavier. So by keeping the same, if you're going with the same company and going with a 700 fill power versus a 950 fill power, 950 fill power is going to be lighter and it's going to be just as warm. Now there are some limitations to that, dealing with humidity and things like that, but apples to apples, if you're looking at the same thing from the same company, if you're looking at a synthetic versus a down one, chances are you're going to be able to go lighter going with down. And so it's making the right choices and picking the right things. Look, I knew going into this one was going to be a little bit controversial and I was going to get a little bit of hate from you guys out there. But I think that the hate is going to come from those who don't actually listen to the message, don't actually listen to what I'm saying. I am an advocate for going as light as you possibly can go, safely. Be smart about it. There are people out there that will have to carry specific things due to, you know, maybe something that's going on with their life. Maybe they need a CPAP machine, but they're able to carry some sort of mobile CPAP device and get out there. That CPAP device alone maybe what someone else's base weight is, but if they're able to carry it and get out there and they're able to do a mile, 3 miles, whatever, and be safe, that's what it's all about. As light as you can possibly go and be safe, get out there and enjoy it. But you're going to find that as a whole, the lighter you go, the easier your walking is going to be, carrying your pack, the more enjoyable the day is going to be. And then when you get to camp, as long as you haven't sacrificed your comfort completely, you're going to have a good time and you're going to sleep well. And then you're going to get into this desire to get back out and do it. And that's what it's all about. It's about the wanting to get out and do it. If you've got crap gear that's super light, well, it's not appealing to go out and do it because you're not comfortable. You kind of hate it. You remember how miserable it was. But you know what? On Instagram and on YouTube and on Facebook, you got a whole lot of thumbs ups and likes and people talking about how awesome your super ultralight 3-pound backpack system was. But who gives a crap? Get out there to have fun. Don't get out there for the thumbs up, for people saying, oh, you're the best. Get out there because you like it. All right, guys. I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on, tell you how everything went this week, and we'll talk. See you guys.